The headlines are officially everywhere, and they are completely terrifying. If you turn on any news station or open any financial webpage right now, you are going to see a screaming warning telling you that the Social Security trust funds are on the verge of total collapse. The popular narrative floating around the internet is that the entire system is going to hit zero. The government is going to completely default on its promises, and everyone currently working is going to get absolutely nothing when they retire. It is a massive wave of panic that has millions of hardworking Americans completely stressing out about their future financial stability. But if you think the biggest danger is the system simply vanishing into thin air, you are missing the far more dangerous trap that the government is actively preparing to spring on everyday investors. To understand exactly how this hidden mechanism is going to impact your personal wealth, you have to look at the cold, hard math of how the system is actually funded behind the scenes. Social Security does not operate like a standard personal savings account where the government takes your tax dollars, puts them into a private vault with your name on it, and lets it sit there until you turn 65. It is a pay-as-you-go system, meaning the payroll taxes being collected from workers today are immediately going out the door to pay the benefits of current retirees. For decades, the system collected way more money than it paid out, creating a massive multi-trillion-dollar cushion known as the Social Security Trust Fund. That trust fund is the specific piece of the puzzle that is currently being depleted, because the massive baby boomer generation is retiring all at once, while birth rates are simultaneously declining. According to the official government trustee reports, this surplus cushion is currently projected to run completely dry sometime in the mid to late 1930s. But here is the massive distinction that the scary headlines conveniently leave out of the conversation. Running out of the surplus fund does not mean the system is bankrupt or empty. Even if Congress does absolutely nothing between now and the day that fund hits zero, the ongoing payroll taxes collected from the active workforce will still be more than enough to automatically cover roughly 80% of all promised benefits indefinitely. So in the absolute worst-case scenario where the system runs out of its extra savings, you are not looking at a total wipeout of your money. You are looking at an automatic 20% across-the-board haircut to your monthly retirement checks. A 20% cut to your future retirement income is obviously still a massive problem that could completely wreck a tight household budget, which is exactly why the government is never going to let that worst-case scenario actually happen. Social Security is arguably the single most popular government program in modern United States history, and letting benefits drop right before an election cycle would be absolute political suicide for any party in power. Behind the closed doors of Washington, D.C., lawmakers already know exactly how they are going to patch the hole in the system, and it all comes down to a few very predictable financial levers. The real plan to save Social Security isn't a secret. It is just a series of deliberate policy changes that will be passed at the final hour. The very first lever that Congress will inevitably pull is raising or completely eliminating the cap on taxable earnings. Right now, there is a strict limit on how much of your income is actually subject to the Social Security payroll tax, meaning that billionaires and high-earning executives stop paying into the system after they hit a certain threshold early in the year. By simply adjusting that rule and forcing ultra-wealthy individuals to pay the standard payroll tax on all of their earnings, the government can instantly inject hundreds of billions of dollars back into the system. This single adjustment alone has the mathematical power to completely eliminate the projected shortfall for the next several decades without changing a single thing for the average middle-class worker. The second lever that is actively on the table is gradually pushing back the full retirement age for younger generations. We have already seen this happen historically, as the full retirement age slowly moved from 65 up to 67 for anyone born in 1960 or later. As modern medicine and technology continue to extend average human lifespans, lawmakers will almost certainly increase that age requirement up to 68 or even 69 for millennials and Gen Z. It is a simple demographic calculation that stretches the timeline out further, allowing the government to keep more cash inside the system for a longer duration before they are legally required to start cutting monthly benefit checks to younger retirees. Now that you know the system is highly likely to be saved through these tax increases and age adjustments, the real question is how you should personally react to this information inside your own portfolio strategy. The smartest move you can make right now is to stop relying on Social Security as the primary foundation of your retirement plan and instead treat it as a completely optional bonus. If you build your entire financial independent freedom fund under the assumption that you will receive absolutely $0 from the government, you are forcing yourself to become completely self-reliant. Every single dollar you save in your personal investment accounts is a dollar that you have total, uninterrupted control over, completely independent of whatever politicians decide to do. You need to take the power back into your own hands by actively maximizing your contributions to tax-advantaged accounts like your Roth 401k, your traditional individual retirement accounts, and health savings accounts. By building a robust, diversified portfolio of low-cost index funds and cash-flowing assets today, you effectively insulate your lifestyle from the whims of future legislation. If Congress steps up and fixes Social Security at the last minute as expected, you simply end up with a beautiful extra stream of monthly cash flow to supplement your lifestyle. If they somehow fail and benefits take a slight hit, your personal wealth machine will be so massive that it won't even register as a blip on your financial radar. Ultimately, the panic surrounding the collapse of Social Security is nothing more than a giant distraction designed to keep you feeling helpless and dependent on a broken traditional timeline. The system is fundamentally too big to fail, but waiting around for the government to secure your old age is a terrible strategy for your peace of mind. The real path to security isn't watching the news and stressing over policy updates. It is putting your head down, focusing heavily on your personal savings rate, and buying back your own time, one investment at a time. Your retirement age and your financial freedom should always be dictated by your own balance sheet, never by a vote on Capitol Hill. I want to hear from you guys now, so let me know down in the comments section below, are you factoring Social Security into your long-term retirement calculations? Or are you building your wealth strategy completely from scratch, assuming the government gives you nothing? Let us start a conversation down there and break down these modern strategies together. If you found this unfiltered reality check helpful and it helped clear up the confusion around the headlines, please smash that like button and subscribe to the channel.